What's up, everybody? My name's Daniel with Bronco, my channel here on YouTube, Missouri Bronco. Heading out to Pikes Off-Road Park today with my son Devlin. Say hi, Devlin.
Hi.
And my other son Leland. Say hi, Leland.
Hi, Leland.
Heading out to Pikes Off-Road. It's in Bowling Green, Missouri. It's a newer park. It's about 55 minutes away from the St. Charles County area, so that's great. Not too terribly far. There's not a lot about it. If you look online, you'll see on their Google page, their Facebook page, a lot about mudding and mud fests that they have. But apparently they have, an 800-acre property with a bunch of trails and stuff as well. But again, can't really find much on YouTube about taking full-size rigs out there. You see a lot about ATVs, UTVs. So this is kind of just a scouting trip. Again, it's just me going out today with my boys. So not going to be doing anything crazy, just kind of scouting out the property for future runs with either Cora or the Bronco Owners Group. Maybe taking rigs out there depending on how things are. But yeah, just excited to check it out, give my honest thoughts on it. I'm going to go out there with a degree of caution. If you follow the Facebook page there, which I have for the past year and a half, I think within being on the page in a year and a half, I've seen 2 times where they've had to have helicopters come and air back out people due to injuries, which is a bit concerning. But it looks like most of those injuries are due to late night off-roading for an event weekend. So I probably would steer clear off-roading there during an event weekend. And usually it sounds like alcohol is usually involved in high-speed UTV and stuff like that. So I think going here on a Sunday afternoon, we should be relatively safe there, and also just being wise with the lines we take and what we try, and not running off too much. So yeah, looking forward to a good time.
After coming down the hill from the main entrance, you'll find the main event area where they host all their different events that you'll see on the Facebook page. There's also parking available here where you can unload your side-by-sides, ATVs, park a trailer. There's also porta potties as well as a hand washing station, which is nice. Continuing down Main, you'll find yourself at Party Pond. There's a path that goes around Party Pond called Party Pond Loop, and people will often go into Party Pond. Again, I was by myself, so I didn't go into Party Pond. I didn't want to get stuck or go deeper than I'd like. There's a lot of trails around Party Pond that you can adventure around, do some exploring. As you'll see, I did. They're relatively mild, not a lot of change in terrain, mostly just dirt. Trails in the woods, they're wide enough for a full-size rig. Not a lot of rocks or anything like that, but there are ruts, so definitely it does require some thought on tire placement. I headed into the woods using Trail 23 from Party Pond Loop. I'm going to set the video now a little bit faster so that you can get a good overview of what the woods looks like, but I took that to Trail 10 and then the Trail 32, 32 to 1, 1 to 79, ending up in the hill climb area that's going to be marked L on the map. As you'll see, a lot of the terrain looks very much the same. Dirt trails in the woods, not a lot of elevation change that I found, not a lot of rocks or any obstacles or stuff like that. There were, of course, ruts. The paths themselves were pretty tight, depending on which one you took. It seems like the main paths, which 1 and 10 in this video, were definitely a bit wider. The ones that offshoot from there were a little bit skinnier. I can definitely see coming in here during the summer being a little bit more problematic with pinstriping and stuff like that, but overall, I never really had any big issues with width. I did stop a few times to kind of trim the trail a little bit just to ensure nothing was scraping down the side of my rig. So after taking 79, it leads you to an area that's marked L on the map. For hill climbs, you'll see it circled here in red on my map. There's a bunch of various different hill climbs. They're honestly more built for side-by-sides. A lot of them are honestly straight vertical. There's a few that you could probably do in full-size rigs. I put my front tires up on a few. Didn't really end up climbing anything too extreme. Again, was out there by myself. I'd also promised my wife I wouldn't do anything too crazy, so just kind of got to look at it, and it seems like it could be a fun area to play around though. After that, I went to the end of Broadway in the slip and slide swimming area. Definitely looks like it'd be a fun place to take kids during the summer. They can go down slip and slide, swim in the lake, a little pond there. I'd have a good time. As we were going back by the main event area, my son wanted to go over the ramps. So we checked out H, I believe this is H Battle Course. As you'll see, there's some mud pits around there, logged off area to kind of hit the track. Looks like a great place for side-by-sides, ATVs, motocross, all that good stuff. Last thing that caught my eye on the map was D, Sally Mountain. It was called the Rock Obstacle. It's right by the main entrance, so I checked it on the way out. Drove up to it, gave it a look. Didn't have a spotter with me, so didn't feel comfortable doing it, but it definitely seems like something that could be done with a Jeep or Bronco, as long as you had a spotter and chose the right line.
So, overall thoughts on Pikes Off-Road Park. It's a great park for mudding, driving ATVs, UTVs. It's an alright park for full-size vehicles. Again, I say alright, not because it's bad. It's not my cup of tea. It's great if you're looking to get your tires on dirt road for the first time. Because again, there's nothing too terribly extreme that I could find. Again, not saying it's not out there. I didn't have time to, go over all 800 acres. I was only out there for about 3 to 4 hours. But from what I saw, the trails themselves, they're wide enough for a full-size vehicle. Right now, this time of year, definitely. In the summer, I could see it getting a little overgrown because it was tight on some spots, and I did have minor pinstriping, nothing that I think would leave any serious damage or anything like that, but summertime could definitely be a concern. But again, if you're wanting to go out there, kind of get your tires on dirt road for the first time, it's a great place to start. The map can be a little bit confusing navigating yourself. Might take some time getting used to it. I did actually have some time to talk with the owner after he came by, saw me airing back up using my Trick Flame 300. He was like, he had never seen something like that before, so that tells me that there's probably not air available on site since he'd never seen something like that before. But he did tell me that there is plans on opening up some additional property that will be targeted towards rock bouncers. But he did say it's going to be rock bouncing specific rigs, so nothing quite like, my rig. I like rock crawling more, my game. So he did mention that it's probably not going to be geared towards stuff like that. It's probably going to be more for rock bouncing type of rigs. So that's, again, something I might, check out in the future. But as it stands right now, I don't see myself making it back out to Pikes. I'll probably stick to going to Van D's, to Southern Missouri Off-Road Ranch. But yeah, I had a good time though. Always fun to be off the road and in the dirt, in the woods and whatnot, especially this time of year when the trees are turning, the leaves are beautiful, and just getting to enjoy God's creation on a lovely Sunday afternoon. Hey, thanks for watching, and we'll see where the road takes me next.